Hey guys, this is Steve and welcome back to my channel. So this will be the first video of my SG bucket list, and I couldn't really think of a better place to start the series off other than coming back to the place where everything started for me, right here in Little India. When I first came to Singapore, this is the place where my hostel was, and I remember arriving from the airport. It was around this time too, in the evening, just getting off the taxi and just being so overwhelmed at the heat, the weather, the smell, and the whole crowd in Little India. Today I wanted to kind of relive my first day when I came to Singapore. I'm just gonna cross the road. So initially I wanted to do a stay over at the hostel that I stayed at, which is called the In-Crowd Hostel. It's on Dunlop Street. Unfortunately, I tried to book a bunk bed over there, but I think they've closed down. So I've actually ended up booking a bed in another hostel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna check in, leave my bag there, and then just walk around and try and visit all the places that I went when I first came to Singapore. I'll see you in a little while. And there's my hostel. Yeah, I think it's locked, but I'm hoping there will be someone at the lobby. They said they'll close at 10:30 for the lobby, so press the bell, I guess. There's no one there. Hello. Hi, I made a reservation and checking in. I tap, is it? Oh. Okay, just out of curiosity, now because of COVID there are no tourists, right? So who stays here nowadays?
Most of the Malaysians.
Hey, but here you can stay for leisure, right? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then what must be the reason for staying be?
Basically for the foreigner who working here,
Yeah.
then they cannot stay in a dormitory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So if you stay in the dormitory and you cannot stay there, then this is where you stay, is it?
Because this hostel is approved by MOM.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you just cannot stay here for fun,
Cannot.
Oh, is it?
For the staycation we cannot.
Oh, okay.
Actually you do it
I think then maybe I shouldn't stay, because I'm staying here kind of for fun.
because only for one night, right?
Yeah.
Then okay.
Is
Then
it?
yeah.
Okay.
As long as not like 1 week or...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just one night is okay,
Yeah,
huh?
then okay.
For a moment, I thought I was not allowed to stay here.
This one just the night and push.
Okay, Ken. Oh, okay.
And that one is your bed.
Okay, Ken. All right. Ken, thank you. Alright, so I'm in my room now. I actually just came here right after my work ended, so I'm just gonna lay down for a bit. And then go down and probably have dinner or get a beer or something if it's not too late. Alright, let's go. Here's the toilet. It's very simple, nothing fancy obviously, and it's actually quite clean. I'm gonna go downstairs and check things out. What I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna walk to the In-Crowd Hostel where I stayed and, you know, see if they're actually closed. You know, maybe they're open and they just didn't answer their calls or something. That's a fancy hotel. There's Dunlop Street. Alright, and the In-Crowd is just over here. Wow, I've not been here for a long time. And it looks like the hostel is actually closed. That's sad. Wow, it just feels really nostalgic just coming back here, you know. This is the place, guys, where I spent my very first night in Singapore. Unfortunately, they have closed down. I'm quite disappointed about that. Well, at least the 7-Eleven is still there, but I don't think I can buy a beer and walk around like I used to back then. But yeah, you know, the thing is, I almost actually did not end up staying at this hostel, because what happened was, coming to Singapore was my first trip going overseas from New Zealand. and I obviously was quite tight on my budget. I didn't really know like what Singapore was going to be like, or what the hostel was going to be like. I decided to book my stay here just for one night, and then I wanted to see how it went, and then if it was good, then I'll extend. If not, I wanted to move to another place. Before I came to Singapore, like everyone, including my friend Aaron, was telling me, hey, Singapore is gonna be very, very hot. And I remember getting off the airplane at Changi Airport and thinking, you know, it's not so bad. Like there's aircon, it's not that hot. Until I got to the taxi waiting queue there. And as I was waiting in the queue, getting closer to the automatic door, every time the door opens for someone to go out, right, there was this like gush of like hot humid air, as if like there was a big hairdryer blowing through the door or something. And when it was my turn to get out to get my taxi, oh my god, I had never felt such humidity and, you know, heat in my whole life ever. As I was putting my bag inside the taxi trunk, I was already sweating like a pig, you know. So on the way to the hostel here, it was just so hot, and I wasn't sure if I could actually stay at a dormitory with other people because it was so hot. So I changed my mind and then asked the taxi uncle to bring me to a place where they have a cheap hotel. And of all places, guess where he took me? He took me to like Lorong something on Geylang. And oh my god, that was another whole new experience for me, man. I remember he stopped the taxi, and on either side of the road there were these rows of girls just standing there. And as soon as I opened the door, like they were pulling me in all directions, no idea what was going on. So I just told the taxi uncle, okay, you know what, just take me to the hostel in Little India. I will stay there. And he dropped me off right over here. But it's getting a bit late now, and I want to get some dinner. So let's walk around and see what we find. Oh, there used to be another hostel right there too. This whole area where the motorcycles are parked, it used to be fenced up, and it was like an outdoor bar. It's definitely a bit sad to see both hostels being closed. I mean, what do you expect? You know, it's COVID. There's no tourists at all. In fact, I'm surprised that Campbell Inn, they've somehow stayed open. It looks like they're housing a lot of the foreign workers who for some reason can't stay at their dormitory. Should I get a haircut? I don't think so. I hear a blue SG. It's the Singapura pub. Alright, that was tempting, but I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. Wow, I'm actually surprised at all these restaurants that's happening in Little India. Okay, that's cool. Alright, this looks like a pretty decent place. Definitely non-vegetarian for me. Thank you. And then which one is not so spicy?
No spicy, this one, but the chicken.
Okay guys, so here's the deal. I'm actually pretty gutted about this, but when I checked into the hostel just now, the form that I had to sign, where it asked me about like COVID symptoms, if I had fever and everything, it did specifically say that I'm not allowed to have a staycation there or stay there for leisure purposes. So even though the lady said it's okay if I'm staying there for one night, I feel like it's kind of a gray area, and I think when in doubt, I'd rather be safe and not risk doing something that I'm not allowed to do. Like, I don't know, I don't want to do anything that's illegal or that puts myself or other people at risk of, you know, COVID and all. So I think, and I hate to say this, but I don't think I should stay there for the night. I'm pretty gutted because I was really looking forward to kind of reliving my first day in Singapore. Instead, I'm just gonna have my cheese naan and what is this, butter chicken I think, and have a couple of beers and just gonna head home. You know, I stay pretty nearby on the Purple Line in Kovan, so it's only like 4 or 5 stations away. So yeah, so even though it was only short-lived, yeah, it was definitely good to be back on Dunlop Street and Campbell Street and revisit the place that I looked at when I first came to Singapore. So I gotta finish my beers before it gets to 10:30, so I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna head home, and I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully my next SG bucket list video can go better than this. But thanks for watching again, take care, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.